Did I buy a $20,000 Hermes Kelly bag? Not quite. But I did get a bag kit from Babylon Leather, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. So, welcome to So Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about this Babylon Leather Kit bag. Yes, the Kelly bag, made famous by Princess Grace Kelly in the 1950s, where she wore this bag in the movie, the Alfred Hitchcock movie, To Catch a Thief. And it's available today for you to hand stitch it yourself from Babylon Leather. Yes, Babylon Leather. I'm going to be talking about that in a moment. And also this top, New Look 6656. This is the top I'm wearing. I've made this. This will be my third time. This is a tried and true, and I'll be talking about the view that the model's wearing with the zip in the back and not the open back. So yeah, I'm excited today. So Babylon Leather reached out to me again after watching my videos talking about their bags that I bought, and they gifted me another kit. This Kelly bag kit, which is my masterpiece. I have to say, I am thrilled with the results. I'm thrilled with the quality. In fact, this is Togo leather. My other bag, it's a pink bag that I made. It's a lychee leather. It's a more modern, highly grained leather look. And this is a Togo leather. It's a different kind of leather. It's exactly the same leather that Grace Kelly's bag was made from. So I wanted to get, you know, as close as possible to that design. And I have it for you today. It's such high quality. So I want to model the bag, and I have 3 looks that I have for you. 3 different patterns that I made up in the past, including this top. So I'm going to go outside and give you a little mini fashion show. I hope you enjoy it. And then we'll come in and talk about the bag and the blouse. And then after that, we'll do the giveaway. So hang in there, stay tuned for a lot of fun in this video today. Did you enjoy that fashion show? I had a lot of fun, if you can tell. Let me talk about the patterns I model with the bag. One of them is an indie pattern, my one and only indie pattern, and I never sew them. But this one, I sewed this up a couple of years ago in the beginning of my channel. It's Dana Marie, The Right to Bear Arms. She's wearing the view for the top, but there's 3 views here. You could have a top, a tunic, or a dress. Of course, I made the dress, and I love it. So yeah, I wanted to show you. That's what I made the dress from. Then I also used this Butterick 6731 View A, the yellow tie front top with the flutter sleeves. This is a great pattern, and it has a side invisible zip. And I modeled that. And then finally what I'm wearing now, new Look 6656, which is wonderful. Now the Dana Marie dress and the Butterick top with the flutter sleeves, I have videos on those. I will put the links in my description box if you're interested in seeing those in more detail. But I love this pattern. I've made it 3 times. I'll also put the other 2 tops that I made with this pattern. And let me show you some details here. We have this little gathering here at the bust, the peplum that I finished with my serger and then I top stitched right here. We also have these flutter sleeves, nice and wide, absolutely gorgeous. And then we have a neck facing that's finished here with the same fabric. Now this fabric, I got at Joann's a couple of years ago. And it has an invisible zip, absolutely beautiful, all the way down to the peplum. Came out great. And it's just a great, elegant design. I really like this top. So I don't know what else to say about it, but it's great. If you could find the pattern, pick it up. Let me see, I could show you the line drawings, I guess. Let's see. We have one with an open back, which I made. If you could see that, I made that one in the past. But this one, I decided I wanted the back all the way covered with the zipper. And I think it looks great with this Kelly bag. It's very elevated. It's beautiful. This bag is a masterpiece. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'll get to that in a minute. So those are my outfits. And now let's do the giveaway. Let's do last week's giveaway question. We had, when do you prefer to sew? And it was for this pattern, McCall's 8034. Look at those dresses, very nice. When do you prefer to sew? Well, I was surprised. I didn't get many responses for evening or nighttime, mostly daytime. I prefer to sew morning and afternoon, that's it. Once it's getting to dinner time, I can't do it. Even if I'm busy all day and I don't sew, if I have time after dinner, it's not going to happen. I just cannot sew at the evening or nighttime. It's the light's different. Even though I have a lot of lighting in my sewing room, I just can't sew after that. So it's definitely either morning or afternoon. Other than that, I can't sew, but I enjoy it and I got a lot of great answers. So let's spin the wheel for the winner of this pattern. I had 48 entries in Google Sheets, listed all here, and I import them into Wheel of Names. I picked these beautiful summer citrus colors, and I'm going to shuffle once, twice, and we have 48 entries as you can see, and now time to spin the wheel. Ooh. Who is it this week? The winner is Rita Sokol 646. Rita, congratulations! I'm so excited for you. Again, congratulations, Rita Sokol 646. I'm so thrilled you won. You're the lucky winner of the McCall's 8034 dress pattern. Please send me your contact information to solovely.with.grace@gmail.com. Please be sure to put the pattern number in the subject of the email to avoid spam, and I'll ship the pattern out to you as soon as possible. Please stay tuned till the end of the video where I'm going to be having another pattern to give away with another fun question of the week. But now I want to talk about this wonderful Kelly bag that I hand sewed up from Babylon Leather. Look how beautiful this bag is. It is truly my masterpiece of all the bags that I've made. I can't even remember how many I've made. I think 4 or 5, and I have more coming. So let me show you some details about this bag. As you can see, it has this little bell key cover where the little key is hidden in there. How clever. I love that. And you just squeeze it and push it out, and there's the key for the little lock. Generally, I don't use the lock. I would use this if I'm traveling on a bus or a train or a plane. Not that it's, you know, high security, but I would keep the key locked there. But generally, I wouldn't use this. Set it aside, and I just like the look of this as is. It's very pretty. Look at the gold hardware, and I could remove the key also and just slip this out of this little hole here that's already cut for you. I did not cut this. It's slit for you, the leather here, where you slide in the key bell. And you have the little bag like this, with or without the strap. Of course, I love the strap. It's very stylish. It's long. You can adjust it. There's multiple holes there for you. You could puncture your own hole if you wish. It has this beautiful hard leather handle. Very sturdy. And I love the tabs in the back. It's a very sleek, elegant, simple design with this Togo leather. It's a fine polished grain leather. It's more refined. And just twist this and then pull back the tabs here on my lap here. Oops. So you just open that up, and then you have this to pull in, and there you have it. And you open it up, and there you go. It's fully finished. It's beautiful. Has a lot of space. And here you have like an accordion design for the strap that I sewed in. Hand sewn, all that. Absolutely beautiful. You also have these beautiful bag feet that they include with all their bags. What else I like about this is they have these silicone bag feet protectors. They give you these with each bag. So what I do is I put those on the bottom. Let me see, where did I put them here? Floating around on my table here. And I just put them when I put away my bag, if you're going to set it down. These are nice to protect the bag feet. How clever. Also, I have them on while I'm sewing the bag, if I already put the bag feet on. Isn't that lovely? How pretty. And now I have a segment of the unboxing and the construction of the bag. It might be a little long, but I hope you tune in and watch. It's very fun. I am hooked on these bags. I'm addicted to these bags. You're going to be seeing a lot of them on my channel. Now this one was gifted to me from Babylon Leather. Thank you so much, Babylon Leather. What a great gift. And I sewed it up by hand myself. And I'm ordering others because these are great, just bags that I love to have and bags that I'm going to be gift giving to others. So I hope you enjoy this segment. The bag kit I've been waiting for is finally here. Woohoo! Get this open. Alright. Here's the box. Alright, that's cut. Close that. Have a sip of coffee. Now, for the surprise. Okay. All right, we have the brochure that's included in every box. Unleash your creativity with Babylon Leather. Now, Babylon Leather is 100% hand sewn, full grain leather, quality hardware, step-by-step tutorial videos, and all-inclusive materials and tools. Each kit has everything you need to make a bag, including the tools. And it's a wonderful, wonderful product. So I love it. Here's the shipping list, and they sent me the Kelly bag, the medium size, with red leather and gold hardware, and a Togo leather. I'm going to talk about different leathers that Babylon Leather has. I've never had the Togo. My Abbey lock bag was a lychee leather, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And they sent me leather samples because I want to talk about the leather. Finished pony pendant, it's in here somewhere. Silk scarves, I get 2, and then my positioning pins, which are invaluable when making these bags. They sent me leather samples that I requested because I want to be educated on their leather and I want you to be educated on it. Look how generous, big bag here. So I'm going to go out, look out and see what these are and tell you all about it. And here's the pony they include for your bag, very cute. Oh, the scarf, very nice. And these are the positioning pins, so they're great to line up the pinholes as you're sewing. Keeps everything lined up and easy to sew. And now the bag. Let me get my scissors. I cut the main wrapping, but the pieces are individually wrapped. My goodness. Wow. This is a big piece. Okay. All right, let me pause the camera because it's very noisy. Look at this bright red. It's popping. Beautiful. Now this is made of Togo leather. It's different than the lychee leather. It's so refined. Look at those holes, those pinholes. That's where I'll be sewing. I could smell this. Wow, beautiful. I love it. And all the pieces are, look how they wrapped it. Lots of pieces here. And more samples of leather. Excellent. And then here's the kit. So it comes with, I decided I wanted the red thread. I didn't really want a big contrast. I thought that would look good. Let me open it here and see. There we go. So this is the red thread with the bag. I think that's going to look great. We have, okay, the hardware. Stunning. The red strap and the bag feet, more hardware, and the tools. So this is going to be a great project. Very involved, and I'm up for the challenge. Now I'm just beginning this bag, and what it says to do is to work on these oval holes. These are the side pieces of the bag. So I have 2 side pieces, and then this is going to be in the front, going like this when it stands up, and there's these ovals on the front here because that's where the tabs are going to be fed through, these tabs here. So I'm going to work on these ovals now. And for each one of these, I already sewed up one. I didn't have the camera on. But basically you take the thread and you measure right here 3 times the length of this piece. So there's 1, 2, 3, and I add a little more. I have my little utility tray. I find it's really useful to carry it around room to room. If I move around with my supplies, I'm going to snip it at an angle. It'll be easier to thread. Then of course, now it's time to thread the needle. So it's wax thread, and the needle hole eye is pretty big, so it's not that hard to do, but of course the eyesight is going on me. Let's see if I can get it in. Yeah, got it. So I pull it through like an inch, inch and a half, and then what they tell you to do is to pierce the thread with the needle like so, and then you just pull the thread, and that knots it. And you do the same on the other end. So let me get that. I'm going to snip it at an angle, just because it's easier to thread that way. And I'm going to thread it through that. So get it right in there. Oh, okay. Pull it through and do the same thing. Pierce the thread and pull and knot it. So now that I have the 2 needles threaded with 1 thread, so you have a needle on each end, I need to sew these pinholes. There's 8 of these. There's 4 on this side, 4 on this side, and in the front of the bag there's 2 up top here. I don't know if you can see them, 1, 2, and then 2 on the back side here. I'll demonstrate one, and then I'll just do them all like quickly off camera. So you just pick a pinhole, and you go, always go in through the back. Always go in through the back. So I'm going to go in that one, and then next to it, you go through the back, the next hole. Let me get it here. Okay, and you pull the thread so that the needles are equal, you know, the thread lengths are equal here, like that. And then you just keep going around. You go down to the front, you go in that hole, and make sure you don't catch this thread. So you go in the hole with the needle, like that. There's the stitch. Then you tighten. You have to pull and tighten each time, or you're going to have loose threads and it's not going to look neat. Then again, you come from the back. Always, the first stitch always comes from the back, like that. Okay, see if you get a close up here. And then the second needle goes in this hole without catching the thread. It's kind of tricky. You can't catch the thread, or it'll shred it and it'll look messy. Tighten that. You pull tight on that again and repeat. Go from the back, the first stitch always from the back, pull it away so the hole is visible. As you can see, the wax thread is there and there's a hole there that you don't want to catch the thread, and go in with that. Pull it to the back, pull it tight, and go all the way around. So that's what I'm going to do on all these, and I'll show you the result. What I'm going to show you now is what I did on day 1, which was last night. I wanted to get a jump start for today, and I started last night, and I did the sides. I did these ovals. You have to sew these in because the tab's going to feed through them. So there was 4 on this side, 4 on this side. Then I had 2 here and 2 on the front here. I also started this morning on the pocket. I got a jump start and I forgot to record, but that's where I'm at. So I anticipate finishing the pocket probably within the next 30 minutes. I still have to stitch this side and then across here. And then this does not get stitched until I attach it inside the bag. Then after I get the pocket done, the next step will be to put the bottom on the inside of the bag, which is going to go here. I'm going to be sewing that. So I'll do all that and I'll show you what happens, what it looks like. Here's the sewing technique up close. What we have here is a single thread and 2 needles. So that's how things are secure. It's one single thread with 2 needles. They have the pins there for you, and you just pull the one out of the way so that you don't catch the thread when you're sewing. That's critical. And you just go through the hole. It's really nice because it's a little white in there and you can see the holes better. Pull it through. Like for each stitch, you need to pull both threads to tighten it. That's critical to have nice, even, smooth threads. And then you're sewing from the back. You're always coming in from the back of the fabric, or the wrong side of the fabric. And you bring that thread in. Okay, oops, so I'm pulling that. Again, there's the hole, and then the other needle, you want to go through that hole, stitch, pull it through, and there you go. Secure it, pull both threads, tighten, and continue, and just repeat. And I'm wearing my finger protectors. It really has a good grip on the thread and the needles. I find this makes things go quicker. Of course, I'm practicing safe sewing. In this day and age, a girl's got to protect herself. Okay, enough of that tacky humor. So that's what it's starting to look like, and then when I get here, I'll show you what I do next. Now I stitched the top of the bottom flap here, and I'm at the end, and I have to join the two leathers at the 5th pinhole. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And I'm getting the thread, and it's always, every stitch starts coming from the back of the leather. So I'm going to go in here, okay, pull that forward. Oops, you gotta watch it sometimes. Okay, and then the other needle is going to go back in through that hole, and then I'm going to sew down the side of the pocket. So there's the other needle. It's going to go through the two layers of leather. And it comes right from to the back, right there, just like that. And then you're going to tighten like you always do. You pull both tight, and then you just continue sewing again down the side. And I'm coming from the back. I'm always coming from the back side of the leather. Okay, so I start there. There's that. Then I get the next needle. This goes really quick and smooth, but on camera it's just a little awkward for me because I have to hold it right there so you can see it. But there's the hole. I'm going to put it in there without piercing the other thread, of course. You don't want to do that. And it's very simple, and I enjoy it. And I pull it through. Of course, you got to be careful not to catch anything. And then you get both threads, front and back, and tighten. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew all the way down here and show you the result. Here I'm going to finish off the top of the pocket, and I measured the length, 2 lengths of this side, and then I threaded the needle, both needles, and coming from the back, I'm going to pull these 2 threads and just sew up and finish it off. Now, you must keep your needles even, okay? Always do that for the thread length. So again, I'm going to sew from back to front. Now I'm going, there's the first stitch. Then come in again from the back, forward. Okay, it's very simple. And then go through it. There's a second stitch. Then come in from the back again. And grab the other needle, go through it without catching the thread. Okay, so there. And now the 2 layers of fabric, I'm going to go through that with this needle. 2 layers forward from the back. Then I'm going to go in and sew that. And then we're going to back stitch to tie the ends together. So I'm going to get this, I'm going to tighten, and I'm going to get this thread and go in again. Okay. There it is, finished. And at this point they say to clip here and then use a lighter. But what I decided to do on this, I'm going to tie this, just make a little knot, okay? Just because it's so small, it's in the back. I just put a little knot there. I'm going to double knot it. I don't do this all the time, but just for this. And then I'm going to get my clippers. You know what's really cute? I got these clippers are red, just like the bag. How sweet. Hope this is coming on the camera. All right, and I'm just going to snip it. Actually, I want to tighten it really tight, then snip it, like 2 millimeters. And then I'm going to grab the lighter, take my finger protector off, grab the lighter, and then I'm going to melt that and then press down with the lighter to finish it. So there you go. There's the finish there. And I finished the bottoms the same way. So that's the pocket. It looks wonderful. Now I'm going to move on to the bottom of the bag. So it's the morning of day 3. I'm going to show you what I accomplished yesterday. I did all the top stitching on the handle. Isn't that beautiful? You can see that detail. There's the inside. So this is going to be the handle. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm excited about it. And I put the fixture for the lock on the front right here. I just sewed around here. That was pretty straightforward. And the bottom of the bag, you notice these rubber bag feet covers. They give you those with every kit, and they protect these bag feet from scratches. And I keep them on when I'm sewing, and are also good for storage. So I did that. I attached the bottom piece inside. Isn't that beautiful? The inside is so pretty too. So let's see. That's what I did yesterday. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I was busy. So what I need to do now is top stitch these strips. These are going to be on the sides. They're going to feed through these openings, these oval openings. And I'm going to top stitch those. Then I'm going to stitch them to the bag. And I need to stitch the pocket inside of the bag. And then I can assemble it. And also, these tabs, they go on the handles. And then I attach this to the bag. So we'll see how far I get today. I attached the handle. And this was really tough because this bend is so stiff. So I think the stitches came out really good. Very nice. And I also attached the straps here that are going to feed into the side of the bag. Next I'm going to do the sides. This is where the strip's going to go through, these holes. And I started this side already. I have my positioning pins here to line up the holes. So the next step with the needle is to bring this needle down into this hole here. Hopefully you can see that. Pull it. Of course I got caught here. Just pull it back like that. Pull tight. Every stitch needs to be pulled tight to make it even and neat, just like that. All right, then you always come in from the back, so that needle goes to this next hole below, like that. I'm going to pull it in. All right, it's pretty simple once you get going. And now this needle from the top is going to go down into that same hole without catching the thread. So it's going to go in here, right there. Pull it back. Oh, did I lose it? Let me try that again. Because these threads are pretty long. Sometimes they get tangled up. So now I just pull it back through the hole like that. Just don't want to get it caught on these positioning pins either. And then pull tight. And you just keep repeating all the way down to the end here. So I will continue that. Now the bag is really taking shape because I have this side done. So excited. So the stitching looks really good all the way around. And now I'm going to do the decorative stitching here all the way up here. Follow the the lines going across and down here till the 16th hole, because I counted the pinholes. Then I add the side panel and continue to this. Then after I add the side panel, I'm going to attach the inside pocket going across. So I'll show you what that looks like. I completed both sides. Both sides are stitched up, looking good. The stitching looks great. And now I have to sew in the pocket. This is the pocket that I sewed in the beginning of this project. And I have a binder clip here holding it together. And then I have this needle starting at hole 6. This is the 6th hole in the front, and then hole 6 over here. I'm going to start, which I already started. I got my threads here ready to go. I'm going to stitch from here all the way around the front and finish the sides. And I'll be done with the stitching of this bag. And what's left to do is the hardware. So that's what you'll experience if you get a Babylon leather kit. I enjoy it so much, and I can't stop sewing these bags. They're amazing. And on their website, they have a promotion of 20% off. I also have an affiliate link for an additional 10% off with the code SOLOVELY10. They also have free worldwide shipping, so check it out. So now for next week's giveaway. It's a new look pattern, New Look 6606. The pants and the shorts, aren't they adorable? This goes from sizes 6 to 18, and here are the line drawings. Very cute. They have a tie and without the tie. Let's talk about the fabric. It calls for chambray, cotton types, double gauze, lightweight linen types, and voile. And the only notion is a 7-inch invisible zipper, but you could always put in a regular zipper if you want. So, what are the rules of the giveaway? Well, you need to be a resident of US or Canada, because that's where I ship to. You need to be a subscriber to my channel. Please thumbs up this video and answer the question of the week. And this week's question is, what's your favorite sewing beverage? What do you like to sip while sewing? Is it coffee? Is it tea? Is it wine? Or any other beverage? Please post it in the comments, and I will respond with the word entered, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Please post your response by Monday, July 7th at midnight, and I will spin for the lucky winner on my July 11th video. Good luck! Well, I hope you found this video informative and fun, and most of all, I hope you were so inspired.